Very good morning, all. So today we will see about the human rights documents. Okay. So this concept, we are familiar that the concepts of human rights and the security is based on recognizing that all individuals are equal, isn't it? All individuals are equal in the eyes of laws. Okay. And they are subjected to the dignity and also rights. So one information, human rights, are you familiar with when the Human Rights Day is declared? The Human Rights Day is declared on 10th December. Okay, so 10th December, after it has been adopted by the UN General Assembly in the year 1948. Okay, to establish Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, so this Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it is proclaimed that it is giving rights to all people. Okay, so before this, how this has been started, how the evolution of human rights has been started. It has been started in many countries. Actually, it is very first it was started in the Western countries. Okay, the Western countries is where in the world where the human rights are reflected as a struggle in the document. Okay, it is reflected in a struggle in the document. So based on that, based on the struggle, first we have the Magna Carta. Okay, so this the written documents. Okay, so here in Magna Carta we are having the it is the first written documents, and it came in the year it is 1215. So in the year 1215 we have the Magna Carta. Okay, so before that people has been we have been there has been many inequalities. So once before the law has been coming, we should have the why was this Magna Carta has been created. Okay, so it was created, so it came in existence in the year 1215. Okay, so in the 1214 what has happened now, the King John was defeated by the French. Okay, so French in the northern France. Okay, so this army, what he has, in order to come, also we are familiar that once the war is coming, there will be a lot of financial crisis is there. Okay, so the army has been paid largely by the tax. Okay, so this tax has been made to payment has been made to the crown in place of providing the knights for military services. Okay, so it doesn't the king himself he decided. Okay, so not any document, not any discussions has been made with the barons and all. The king himself decided, and the King John, what he has done, no, he imposed the taxes. The taxes are very high taxes. Okay, and also he is marked by his strained relationship with the church. Okay, why the strained relationship with the church? No, he rejected the election of an archbishop at that time, Stephen. Okay, so he rejected the election of the archbishop at that time. Okay, so at that time, so what will happen? He started involving in the church activities also. Okay, so whatever he's the king himself think that he is the superior power. Okay, so himself is the superior power, and he is the deciding without discussing with the barons. He imposed many taxes, and also he started to involve in the church activities. Okay, so this so what has no, so there was a dispute arised between the King John. Okay, also the King John refused to meet the barons demands. Okay, so in that month many barons re-announced their oaths to allegiance to him. Okay, and they have chosen the Robert as their leader. Okay, and also they had captured the city of London. In that same month, they had captured the city of London. That was the turning point in their campaign. Okay, so once the London was in the barons' hands, what about the king? The king has no other options. Okay, the king obviously has to negotiate with them. Okay, so he has to negotiate with them. Then he has to accept their demands. Okay, so until that point, what about that? The king has been claimed without limitations. They claimed that he has been given the absolute power of the god. Okay, since this document forced the king to follow the same laws as the subject. Okay, in which that huge step towards the equality for all citizens. Okay, and also the Magna Carta here. Magna Carta, it was a written document. Okay, I will show you the pictorial view. Written document. It includes 37 old English laws. Okay, however, these many new laws has been created to show that new limitations to the power of the king. So the king is also having certain limitations. Okay, so the King John was extremely unsuccessful in his military campaigns. Okay, so because of this only, this Magna Carta has came. Okay, moreover, as I told in the what he started to involve in the church activities. Once the king has started to involve in the church activities, what the Roman Catholic Pope has made, he has banned all the church activities in the England in the year 1207. Okay, so which angered and upset of many people and more. Okay, so later, so what will happen? So later in the year 1240, he has given all the privileges to the church back. Okay, at that same year only, he had conquered the northern France, and again he started to demanding more taxes. Okay, but the barons didn't accepted the king's concept. Okay, so finally, to discuss the matter, but finally from both sides, when the London is also captured by the barons, the king has no other option. The king has to accept the king has to come for the discussion with the barons. Okay, so this stands for freedom, and it mainly it states that it certain rights that cannot be taken by anyone, and it stands only for the rule of law, and not even a king is above the law. Okay, so the law is always, even though he is a king, in front of law he is also just like other citizen. It is same only. Okay, this is the main. So still it has major influence in our legal systems today, and has ensured equality to all citizens under the law. The Magna Carta term has been derived from the Latin word Great Charta. So here you can, who was involved, how many barons has been involved. Actually 25 barons, 13 bishops, 20 abbots, they were there for the party to made it. The barons accepted the responsibility for ensure that the king has to follow the clauses of the Magna Carta. He is the King John of England, and this one is the first English written document of the human rights. Okay, 37 laws were there. Okay, so what are the main points which was included? Okay, he has to be less harsh to the barons, and all the people would go to the court regardless of their wealth. Only wealthy people has been going to the court. Okay, but it is not like that. All the people would have the access to the court. No one should be imprisoned. This is much more. No one should be imprisoned without going to the legal system. First, if a person has been suspected, first we have to, as the present legal system we are having, we has to have an inquiry. We should have an affair. Then only he should be imprisoned. Okay, so only from the court order only he should be imprisoned. So this one. So here the king was forced. He was forced to sign and seal the document. Okay. So also the main things. Okay, so the Church of England shall be free and maintain all its rights and liberties. The City of London shall keep all of its old customs and liberties. Okay, no one shall be imprisoned or have the rights to taken any rights can be taken away without any trial. Okay, so the first main 2 points, that is under it, it coincide. These have the relevant. This Magna Carta is still relevant today with our human rights, isn't it? Firstly, the fact that everyone are equal under the law. Okay, and our legal system. So kings, even in those years, it is kings. Now even the politicians. Okay, it also ensured that no person can begin unlimited power in the society. No person, even the prime minister has his own power, president has his own power, and ministries are their own power. Okay, so the power has to be divided. No man is having a unlimited power. Okay, and here, so here you can see. So this is the church, and here you can see this is the you can see the pictorial way. Bottom right is the King John's castle. Okay, so later in the year, so uh, although he agreed, then what the king what the king did know, later it was he refused to implement that. Okay, so when that it has been signed, but the implementation part was not that much easier. Okay, the king didn't accept it. Okay, but after that, but these people, these barons did not hand over the London. Okay, it was in their hands only. So didn't they refuse to hand over the London. So again, under Norway, it has to be the it has been implemented. So actually, King Don died in 1216 in October 18. Okay, he died because of the health issues only. Okay, so this is the main. It was effectively, but after years, it was succeed. After years, after the Henry III has been, okay, Henry III only was 9 years when he succeeded to his throne. Okay, so then the king he has been revised. The version of Magna Carta was revised in his name. Okay, another version of Magna Carta, again it was, and the French army has been explained. Okay, but still this we are having this. We are having the copies. One is in British Library. We are having the copy of the Magna Carta in the British Library. Okay, we are having. Okay, so that's all. So this is about the Magna Carta. Okay, thank you all.